plus douce que le jour, ô belle nuit d'amour. Ne t'enfuis, sors toi, emporte nos tendresses, loin de cet heureux séjour, le temps fuit sans retour. Et si les ombres aisent nos modernisent, si filles sombres c'est ouvert, c'est beau baiser. En nuit d'amour, souris à nos ivresses, nuit plus douce que le jour, ô belle nuit d'amour. Et ton puissant retour emporte nos tendresses, loin de cet heureux séjour, le temps fuit sans retour. Vivre dans ce fils embrassés, personnes, zéphyrs embrassés, de nouveaux baisers, verse nos baisers, verse nos baisers. Belle nuit, ô nuit d'amour, souris à nos ivresses, nuit plus douce que le jour, ô belle nuit d'amour, belle nuit d'amour, souris à nos ivresses, nuit d'amour, belle
I do not envy you at all. Jonathan, what do you think to that?
It's really, really difficult only singing a small part of a song, but I think you all performed fantastically, and it would be an honour for me to work with any of you on the tour, and I just hope that the right ones are chosen by the panel later. So, well done, everyone.
What's a diplomatic man? I think that's called covering your options. Because you might have to work with any of them. Well, it's not down to you. As we know, today it's not Jonathan that decides, or you at the moment, it's the judges. So let's get their verdict. David, I don't want you to give me individual names of the ones you've chosen, but tell me what you thought. You know, highlight one or two people if you want. What do you think?
I thought that generally the standard was good. I thought that one of the things that you know with opera is that they're going to have to sing in French and German and Italian and Spanish as well as English, and they all handled that song, which was in French, very well. Certainly some of them really stood out more than others, and what was interesting is that some who were very strong in the solos weren't as strong in the duet parts, and that's essential, that you can take a note and hold it even if you're not singing the lead note.
That's interesting, because we weren't always hearing them singing solo. I see why now. Ruthie?
Yeah, I was actually looking very much just across the board to see who was standing out when you were all there, because if I was one of you, I would want to be the one being looked at. And that would be the performance, that would be giving, and that was eyes. I thought Alison used her eyes and her face beautifully. I mean, I was very drawn to you. I was drawn to a couple of you, actually, because you were giving a performance and you stood out.
Yeah. Jonathan?
This is where it becomes unfair, because you're on the stage, you're going around the nation, and you've got to be believable. And what that means is possibly the best singer might not get the role because the best singer is not necessarily enough. You've got to be believable. When I was looking at some of you, I'm not going to mention names specifically, but they're one or two of you I simply don't believe Jonathan Ansell would fall in love with. And I'm really sorry to say that. And Jonathan Ansell's hedged his bets completely and avoided this issue because he knows who he wouldn't fall in love with, and one of you looks a bit like his girlfriend. So I know which one you might fall in love with most of all.
Right, well, before this gets terribly personal, now comes the difficult bit. Our three judges, they're off to deliberate while the 8 finalists anxiously wait to learn their fate. They'll all be back in around 15 minutes when 8 will become 4. For now, my thanks to the 2 Jonathans, to Ruthie, David, and our 8 finalists, hoping to be a star of A Night at the Opera. Well, for the past 15 minutes, the judges, David Grant, Ruthie Henschel, and Jonathan Shallett, have been deliberating on how to get 8 down to 4. Now it's time. The girls are back here. Please give them a big round of applause. From Lancashire, we have Caroline. From Birmingham, we have Olivia. From London, Ali. From Hertfordshire, Alex. From Cardiff, Rosie H. Carlisle, Rosie B. From Birmingham, Esther. And from Worcester, originally Borneo, we have Ravina. So here they all are. Now then, Jonathan, what did you think to that? I mean, you've presumably... Have you been involved in this deliberating, or did you just listen?
I've been listening. Obviously, they're the panel. I couldn't get involved. I honestly thought they were all fantastic. I do think there are some people who maybe would work better with me on stage, and I think that the decision that's been made by the panel is one that I agree with.
Could be interesting
yeah,
to don't, couldn't it? Ruthie.
Yes.
How hard's it been, David?
It's been very hard because we've been looking for different things. We've been looking not just for who's got the best voice, but like we said, who can really carry it, who can do 6 shows a week, and who's going to look great and believable with Jonathan.
Did you all roughly agree, Ruthie, or were you arguing a bit?
We argued a little bit, yes. But
Well, that's good.
There were 3, actually, that we really had no problem with, but we did argue over a
Over the
couple.
4th?
Yeah.
That's nice to know. Jonathan, how was it for you?
I was looking for a star, and obviously, as I know Jonathan Ansell well, and I know what an amazing voice he's got, how he lights up a stage, I was thinking, who can go with him on that? And the challenge, of course, was 1 or 2 of the strongest singers weren't necessarily believable like that. I had 2 favourites and 2 I wanted to go, and I was stuck in the middle on the other 4. But we got there in the end. It was we had a big debate. It would have been interesting watching for the viewers.
Yes. I bet that's why we all wanted to be fly on the wall.
But we all did pick up on different things. That was what was fascinating.
Yeah.
We might have liked the look of somebody or the performance of somebody, but David was able to say, well, their voice
voice
was
weren't
For example,
I've got to move
we
on.
thought one was cross-eyed.
Well, it takes one to know one. Right. Just sticking up for you girls, OK. This is it. Ravina, Esther, Rosie B, Rosie H, Alex, Ali, Olivia and Caroline. 4 of you are going through to the next stage of the competition. 4 of you are going home. Ruthie has just handed me 2 cards. Would Alison, Caroline, Ravina and Alex please step forward? Alison, Caroline, Ravina and Alex. A round of applause, please. Girls, I'm sorry to tell you that you are going home. The winners are Olivia, Esther, Rosie B and Rosie H. So our 4 finalists now have 2 weeks to prepare for the next sing-off, and that's where you at home come in, because next time you decide who goes through. Not up to this lot at all. Hard luck, Jonathan. Commiserations to the 4 going home today, and my thanks to Jonathan Ansell and our judges of A Night at the Opera. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Never done that before. I can't be like Simon Cowell. It's interesting what you find out about yourself, isn't it, really?